Hold on to your butts, idiots, because you're watching Dollar Bin of Doom. Each episode, your hosts, Kevin and Sam, watch a movie they find for $1 and discuss if it was worth it. Spoilers, it rarely is. And now, your least favorite friend's favorite YouTube channel, The Miserable Hair People.
Oh, I sat on my balls.
Oh man, they're so
It's them long balls.
they're pendulous, man.
Every shirt at Goodwill is from someone who's like now in a casket.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Dollar Bin of Doom. Season 2, baby.
Still introducing it.
Sure are.
It's the Natty Daddy.
Thank you.
That's your cue. Oh, you got it. You know
Yeah.
what to do. Crack that bitch like a whip.
There's
As someone who doesn't consume alcohol, does it taste good?
no.
Cool. What did we watch this evening? Or midday? Because I got shit to do later.
Death Collector.
Yes?
Yes. This was my choice.
It was. It's been so long since you've picked a movie.
It's
Yeah.
true. We
Well-
keep having guests and we make them choose.
Yeah, right. But I've been here enough that you're like, who gives a shit about him?
Yeah. Part of the Rare Flix collection. We're on this Rare Flix kick.
Yeah.
Right. So that was Tom is the one who picked up all the Rare Flix stuff.
Yeah.
Right. It really like puts into perspective how like many movies are generated. Right.
Dude,
Yeah.
you should see our bins.
It's terrifying to look at it. I have an anxiety moment every time I look at it. And it's like, are we supposed to look at all of these?
There's like, you know how there's Moore's Law?
Which one's Moore's Law?
Moore's Law is the one where like technology
It's the one above less.
quadruples or like sextuples every 2 years or something like that.
Mhm.
This is like movies are like that, right? So
Right.
when it first started, the elite were the only ones who had access to like movies, and people would freak out with
Right.
like trains coming toward them. And there
Right.
were like maybe 5 films made a year.
Right. And now we have YouTube where every fucking swinging dick thinks like, I'm going to make a movie.
Exactly. But in the 80s, there was this beautiful time where every movie had to have a budget because film was expensive.
Right, right.
Now, any idiot with any type of recording device can make a
Right.
movie.
Yeah.
It's exponential. The growth just keeps going up.
Yeah.
Right.
There will never be less movies.
Right.
There will only be more.
Right.
What was Death Collector about, Aaron?
Guy hanging out with friend who's cop. I think they were both cops or
Yeah. Well, you forgot how the movie opens.
It's-
For about 9 minutes, we just watch a different movie.
a black and white, like full on spaghetti western cowboy John Wayne in being racist in the West. I don't know.
Yeah.
He died because he was Genghis Khan.
John
What?
Wayne?
Yeah. John Wayne did a movie where he played Genghis Khan because that makes sense. He died because where they shot it, they did a nuclear test like 3 months before that. And they were just downwind of all this nuclear, like...
Right.
that-
It's like how fucking Errol Flynn got pneumonia forever because he wouldn't stop doing those stunts in that lake.
Ronald Reagan almost died.
That was,
'cause
it was Ronald Reagan. That's right. Yeah. Errol Flynn was a child rapist and like had every STD ever.
Yeah.
Different person.
Have I told you guys my one good thing that Ronald Reagan has ever done story?
Died.
No. I guess second good thing.
Got the word out about Nancy Reagan being an absolute semen demon.
Yeah.
Third, basically there's this true story about him and Gorbachev sitting together in a room.
Getting blown by Nancy Reagan.
Yeah. She's just there to drain people.
Yeah, just gulag, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And him and Gorbachev have like a heart-to-heart. And they're just like, you feel like blowing up the world? And Gorbachev's like, no.
Hey.
And that's the one good thing that Ronald Reagan did.
Right.
He had a conversation with another crazy idiot from that era, and we're like, hey, you want to do this shit? And he's like,
Nah.
no, not really. Hi, Nancy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's the first lady.
yeah.
Move on.
Should we talk about the movie? Can we just... I mean, I'm cool with talking about Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan dying. Like, I could do that all day. Not to get
pretty
too
great.
political.
Well, we all miss Nancy.
Yeah. Yeah, the
She
biggest
gobbled
problem...
a good hog.
Yeah, I mean, really the problem was we all didn't get a turn.
It's
think
like
she
it's
was
like,
like-
an NFT, which stands for Nancy fucking Twistin, parentheses, your hog.
How long did you have that loaded?
No, I just thought of it. I was just waiting for you to shut the fuck up. So I'm joking.
Well, before that, yes.
Jesus.
Thank you.
And then it just cuts to just a modern day Western, which it kind of was. So it was.
Can it be a Western if it's set in Detroit?
Yeah, right.
You know, the new frontier.
Yeah, well,
Detroit.
Detroit has a West, right?
Yeah, West Detroit.
Sure, yeah. Is that where they filmed?
That's where I was conceived.
Where there were dirt and garbage piles?
Yeah, that's where everything goes. That's where everything, like, when GM and Packard were dumping out all of their chemicals from making their automobiles and asbestos.
Yeah.
It goes to West Detroit.
You guys remember the opening to that shitty Will Smith knockoff where, like, in West Detroit, born and shot, you know.
Born and shot.
Yeah. We talked a lot about when the fuck this movie is set. The front of the box lets us know in the not too distant future there is no justice, ellipsis, just insurance.
Well, in the not too distant future, everyone wasted all their money on classic cars.
Yeah.
Right.
Because everybody drives cars from the 50s and before.
Even though this was filmed in 88. So these cars were already about 30 years
Right.
old. And in great condition, which is so... Like, have they not seen... Had Mad Max come out at this point?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, in a future dystopia. It's like fucking Walking Dead where there was, like, Hyundais.
We don't know that it's a dystopia. It's just Detroit in the 80s.
That's a good point.
Our main character, Wet Benny, playing his guitar with his brother in his pickup truck. Quasi-rape scene. Like, it's a rape scene, but it's like
yeah.
it was like a PG-13 rape scene where...
Well, thank God.
Yeah, right. I've seen enough nudity with you guys that I'm just...
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's not our fault.
No, I know it's not your fault, but I'm just like the fact that it happened. You know, it's like global warming.
Because she had a couple of ugly dudes running
real,
after her.
real ugly dudes.
Was-
Avenge Sevenfold earring guy.
Was there a pretty person in this movie?
No.
It was great. I loved it.
The only...
the first,
well, yeah,
the
I
first
love
girl
that,
that Wet Benny was kind of getting down. She was cute.
yeah,
like
okay,
for,
she's all
for
right.
the movie.
She didn't live in Detroit, though.
She's a
shipped her-
Detroit 10.
Yeah, they flew her in from like Arkansas
So,
or
A
something.
Detroit 10 is a San Diego 3, by the way.
Right? Yeah, seriously.
I love
It's
rating women
sad
by numbers.
But
Anyway,
San Diego 3 is what? An Arizona 8?
Yeah, seriously.
Ladies getting teased and pushed around and shit.
They come by and they're like, "Hey, stop raping that lady."
Wait, do you know how they said, hey, stop bothering that lady? They did it by shooting the dude with the whip in the back.
Right, and then-
Unprompted.
And then he vomits up prop blood.
That's
Yep.
right, he does.
Yeah.
That dude, for whatever reason,
It's like, nah, dog.
stabs his buddy.
Yeah.
And then the insurance guy drives up, and then nothing happens and no one gets in trouble,
Yeah,
even
basically-
though those two guys are cops.
And he make one of the one living rape guy gets into the cabin. They fuck off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
The living rape guy is like that guy's second-hand man.
yeah, like
for the rest
yeah.
of the movie.
And then Wet Benny and Big Hawk are just like
Do you want to go to the corrugated metal bar?
right. And then it cuts to the. I've never seen a man this wet before in my life, other than Sam.
Yeah.
I'm a wet man.
He's a wet boy.
I'm a wet boy.
I used to call him Wet Sam. Yeah, so weird, like way too long musical scene where he's not playing guitar.
He's so fucking sweaty.
Yeah,
Even
it's-
James Brown is like, dude, just sit down.
He was uncomfortably sweaty, like
Who was more moist? Him playing that guitar or the girl watching him
with the
play
car
guitar?
springs for earrings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gross.
she was being like levitated off the chair.
Yeah,
by
she had
her.
leather pants. It was just like two jets of water, like those fucking jetpack boards.
Yep. Anyway, they fuck.
No, they don't fuck. They prom night fondle. And then, so they're like kind of wrapping up, but they hear gunshots. And then his brother gets shot.
Right.
They come out. You know, he's like trying to like push his boner back into his pants, and she's just
Yeah.
just so chafed. And he holds his brother, and his brother's like, by the way, insurance policy, and that's the premise of the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
They're Hawks, men. Shit.
Die.
Oh, you lost me, movie, and you got me right back.
He tries to go to that weird, like, it looks like a modern art museum, but it's their compound of some sort.
Yeah, it's
The coolest lady in this entire fucking movie, the
Yeah.
receptionist, just is great. What do you...
She whips out a Derringer.
Right. Like, from her jacket that has sunglasses that look like the sunglasses she's wearing, because everyone here has cool sunglasses.
fuck yeah, dude.
They just arrest him, right? He
Well,
just
as
pistol-
the one thing I took away from this movie, gotta save your bullets. Because
Right.
they did the there's no bullets in this gun bit about
Yes.
9 times.
Yeah, a few
Yes.
times.
He goes to the place they were going to send Django and Django, where
Yeah.
you just work you to death.
He goes to Django Unchained.
He tries to escape.
No, he's
Or just
they
slowly
try to-
walk away?
Django chained.
Yeah, Django currently
They
chained.
go to Django.
It's a prequel.
I got it. That was good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But they were
he
passing-
kind of tried to run away, but obviously he's too exhausted or
Right.
whatever. That old man spits on him and
Yeah, in like
punches
the
him with the back
stripper
of his gun.
kind of outfit. It was like a costume.
Yeah.
Every costume in here was aggressively a costume.
They put him in the hot box.
Yeah, the fart box.
They put a rat in there.
A cute rat. Very cute rat.
Gave him a friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, that dude walked with a limp for the rest of the movie.
Right.
He also
So, just let him
accepted
get out.
Jesus in prison.
Yeah, he
That's
meets
right.
he meets his black friend. He had a name.
They're in prison. They become friends. They get out. He goes back to the bar and he's like, "Gotta finish my set." And everyone's like,
immediately-
"Where the fuck have you been?
Gotta finish sweating.
My gums have missed you so much."
Yeah.
So do him and Gums try and nosh on each other?
So
No, he tries to cash the insurance first. Because the brother says
Yes.
cash this out when you get out of prison. Like he knew he was going to prison.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then he gets turned away, and then he's
Because of course he does.
right because they're like, no,
No.
like, no.
Well, okay. So Gums was his brother's lady.
Yes.
Before
Dentist.
he died. She is the only one to welcome him. Because remember, he walked in and everybody pulled a fucking gun on him.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
And he was like, "What the fuck, yo?" And then she's
Yeah.
like, "It's all right, everybody.
It's okay. It's
Yep.
fucking wet.
He'll
Benny.
play the guitar. It'll be fine."
So he plays the guitar. They're like he's singing, and then insurance guy comes in and says, "We're not honoring your insurance policy because of accidental death and dismemberment."
And the main bad guy came to a bar where everybody owns a firearm to verbally abuse our hero, who already knew he wasn't getting a payout.
Right.
So he came down just to be a dick.
Yeah. So Gums goads him into going after insurance guy for blood because he's not getting the insurance policy. Right. That's what's going on.
Yeah, but then the shitty picnic when
Yeah.
they're having a romantic picnic.
No. We don't know it's a picnic yet. They're just walking at this
Oh, yeah.
lake, and then there's just a bunch of fucking old tires.
Yeah.
And then we're like, that's weird. And then you see them kind of going into the lake. It's a tire. We find out in the credit it's called the tire pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's just mashing on a fucking loaf of bread. Just you know.
And that's all they brought. And she's like, "Isn't this nice?" And then they smooch for no reason. Then they start eating. Well, he starts eating.
More bread.
Right. And then she gets mad at him
And then
for
he tries-
wanting to kill Insurance Badman.
Right. Because brother wouldn't have wanted that
Right.
or something.
Something.
I
Right.
don't know. Basically, that scene ends with him leaving and her going, "But we were supposed to have a nice picnic."
Right.
Where you could smell the fucking tires
There's fucking
through the
mosquitoes.
screen. She is screaming at him with the worst, most disgusting backdrop I think I've ever seen in a movie.
Oh, it is-
And it's
yeah.
a real place. Kevin,
Yes.
a tourist attraction, I'm sure.
Yeah. Where many a girl are fingered and deflowered, and many a kid
And
are
many
taught
a
to fish.
hepatitis were collected.
Right. Yeah. I don't,
Fuck. And then there's the pit mine that's right next to it.
Right. Yeah. The uranium.
And then he
mine.
gets accosted by a bunch of.
just dudes.
But they get in a classic quarry fight.
Yeah, then they start fighting in a it's terrible. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
choreographed well. And then black guy just
With the light
backslash
of
no
Christ.
clips into boom, and then just starts fighting. And it's a lame fight. And then he axes one of the quarry thugs.
Oh,
in the
that was
hand.
adorable.
And he's just like, but they were talking, and he's still whimpering, which is very, very bizarre.
There's just like a glove with some ketchup on it. And his hand buried in the,
Yeah, it
the
was-
dirt.
Yeah. Then he's like, "Oh, you need this." Gives him the Bible. The Bible he gave him when they were leaving the jail.
Right.
For
And the
a gun.
For
Bibli
a hot dog.
has a golden gun in it.
Or just a gun. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
The color grading is so bad in this movie.
Everything's so fucking ugly that we couldn't tell.
The right hand man was
The right hand
watching
man
them.
is watching
Just,
it
like,
with
fucking
his
jerking
1920s
off. Yeah.
jalopy.
Yeah.
He goes to the bowling alley
Bowling alley.
Right?
Yep.
I was wondering where the bowling alley fit
where
in.
our main bad guy is forcing our heroine to bowl. He's like, "You better do it right."
You dumb bitch.
Right. And she like, my arm's so tired. I've been bowling for 48 hours. Falls into the oily part and just falls down.
Right.
That bowling alley is the nicest fucking building in Detroit,
by
though.
Yeah.
leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Because it was a real place.
Yeah, very true.
No,
Yeah,
every location in that movie was a real place.
that's also true.
Fair.
It was just the only place that anyone ever cared
It was
about.
clearly at like an overpass, but they just like pasted a bowling pin to the
It was
wall.
so great.
Yeah.
Fucking
Like
loved
this,
it.
we know this isn't the bowling alley,
Yeah,
but
this is just a wall, my dude.
yeah.
Can't trick me, movie. Too
Yeah,
smart.
right?
Second in command shows up and says that the dude's still alive. And the minute she hears that, she fucking gets all rigid and starts running out of the room.
Rigid and wet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She water rockets like.
Yep.
And they try to chase after her, but they're fucking slipping and shit.
Insurance guy's like, don't disturb me while I'm bowling with his skinny, hairy arms.
They're so
It's like
hairy.
if you dipped a hot dog in the barber's hair bucket.
Yeah,
I don't know
basically.
hot dogs is a theme, but
Every episode is a theme.
right.
This theme is bad sex, though, because eventually
Yeah.
Sweaty
Yeah.
Boy and Purple Tits kind of like 62
Fun.
each other.
Well, he
Yeah.
goes into that closet and blows it up.
right.
there
then
was
comes
not
out
a
as a-
toilet in there.
And looks up and she's in the bed like, I want to fuck.
Yeah, they're like munching
Yeah.
on each other. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Like no one actually has sex in this movie.
No
but they-
nudity, which I was happy about.
Shocked.
It was nice.
It was surprising,
It was a
but it
nice
was
change because the last
very
few I've
Yeah,
been a part of.
let's wrap up here. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
final
Okay.
like let's go kill the bad guys.
The only thing that hit me weird was that he goes to the bar with a smooches on his face,
Right.
and the girl who he just had the picnic with looks at it like, "Hey, what the fuck? So we had a thing going.
Forgot about that.
So black guy with a shotgun, limpy. To
Get you a
the-
friend like that guy. You know,
Yeah.
just
Will
like
die for you for no reason.
right.
basically.
And they go to the insurance place
Mm-hmm.
again.
Gonna go kill the bad guy.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they
that's the whole plan. All of them are doing like funny walks. Like he's limping.
Oh,
Black
yeah.
guy is like full on in like crab mode,
yeah,
and she's just
he's
kind of.
goblining.
And they're like, and she's like, "What are we doing?" He's like, "We're gonna go in and kill everybody."
Cool.
And they kind of do.
The right hand man is just like in the cutting room floor in the security room, just kind of watching them kill everybody.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
room from the Matrix, in like the second
Yeah,
with all
yeah,
the
exactly.
TVs, and you're trying to watch that movie, and you're like, what the fuck?
Right, and he's just kind of narrating what's happening, which is
While
just
while putties and motorcycle helmets
Right.
keep showing up
Yeah.
to get shot by
right.
our hero.
Yeah, yeah, that super fun moment where the girl's like, "Oh, you got a big old wiener, buddy. You got a wiener bigger than that there gun."
He's like,
And
hey,
then-
hey, and then he gets fucking shot.
Yeah.
They all have shotguns that don't make sense. They housed sparklers. Like they
Yeah.
shit came out the end.
Right. Yeah, it's black guy.
Asshole.
It is black guy.
But he gave him his gun back.
That's how I leave all my interactions now.
Leaving job interviews.
Then shuffle like a goblin into the distance.
No sign of
Black guy dies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But like we don't see him get shot, right? No,
it's off camera.
We weren't paying attention. He might have.
he might have gotten shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was like a weird exchange.
He
He's
gave him the
talking about-
sheriff badge.
Gave it back to
Oh,
him because he
yeah.
already had it.
The costume jewelry sheriff badge.
Right. And then he's just like, "Bye," leaves.
Kind of similar to the brother in the beginning.
I was gonna say
Just
there's
like,
a lot of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Thank
crying
you
over
for dying
bodies.
for me. Okay, bye.
Right. Wet Benny goes up the elevator.
I forgot.
Right. And then like one of the henchmen just like pushes him into the elevator.
No, he fucking spider rolls and like heads him into the
penis.
dick.
Yeah, puts his dick back into the. Well, before that, it should be mentioned the girl goes up first
Oh, she went
and
up
holds
first.
a gun to the secretary lady. The secondhand dude shows up and the secretary shoots girl. Mm-hmm. Girl
Right,
down. Girl go blap.
Girl go blup.
Then our hero comes up, gets fucking roll headbutted in the crotch. That should be a video game move.
Right.
Could you imagine fucking the new
Yeah,
Tomb Raider
fucking-
games where
right.
you could do a roll of like fucking
Yeah, and the next
headbutt?
Breath of the Wild, Link just like dick rolls into the, Boko Goblins or whatever. He gets dick rolled into the elevator, and he just hangs out in there while everyone kills each other.
pressing the buttons.
A dick roll is when someone sends you a video and they're like, "Hey, check this out," and then it's just a speech by Dick Cheney. And you're like, "Ah, I got dick rolled again."
Dick rolled.
That's not where I thought you were going
He
with that
starts
joke.
flossing.
I'm responsible for
War crimes. Secretary lady is just like, "Fucking shoot me, bitch, you won't." And he's like, "Yeah, I won't." He pulls out a knife and he's like, "Shoot, stab me." And then she goes to stab him, and he just like,
bitch.
Why does he kill her?
Stop stabbing yourself.
Stop stabbing yourself.
And then
She dies.
Cone Tit wakes up and's like, surprise, bitch. Bap,
She
and
grabs the
shoots her with
Derringer that's on the ground and she fucking shoots.
in the soul. Like they don't actually see where he gets hit.
Yeah, that's fine.
But he's on the ground, and then Wet Benny just comes in and he's like,
Well, this is weird. And then he walks into the big boss's room.
grabs like a Spaz 12 that's there, and just
Oh, the big boss got the gold gun at some point.
right because when Black Guy died, he had the Bible gun. One of the putties just grabs it. And he's like, weird.
Oh yeah, and
just
then
brings
the putty gives it to second in
right,
command.
and he
who
opens
gives
it up, and
to-
it's like, oh, there's the gun. There's the gold gun. So Boss Boy, he tries to shoot Wet Benny, and there's no bullets in the gun.
Yeah,
Every
go.
time you say it, I just think of like that fucking song, the "Whoa, Wet Benny, bam, lamb, whoa,
Wet Benny,
Benny,
bam,
bam,
bam.
bam." That song.
I think Boss Boy's an idiot. I don't think that gun has ever had any bullets in
There's
it.
plot holes, is what I'm saying. This dumb movie.
No.
Movie?
I know.
Hey, at least they
In
had a
this-
set-up payoff.
We normally don't see that. What was that
No.
that joke you made? That old filmmaking joke?
The old filmmaking joke: you set up a gun in Act 1, and then by Act 3, you're like, "What gun?" Like we show this flashlight 4 times, and then
Well, you know.
oh yeah,
Can I be entirely honest with both of you?
I'd rather you
because
didn't.
you both do these jokes, and I laugh along just because I want to be cool. Anytime you reference a name and that's the joke, I do not get it. So when you say a young blop blop, and both of you laugh, I'm like, haha, yeah, that's cool. It is like that.
it's true.
Do we make
And
those
you do
jokes?
it
Sometimes.
constantly. You do it constantly. And I always feel so dumb. I'm like,
That's
I don't
all
know
right.
anybody's
Wet
name.
Benny just unloads the shotgun on Boss Boy.
Yeah.
And that's really the end of it. And
Basically.
then he comes out and he's like, wow, that was crazy. And then henchman is still alive, shoots
Yeah.
him in the butthole.
He just
Yeah,
blasts
that's
his
right.
butt.
He stands over that man and arguably does the most disrespectful thing that you could do. Is stick a shotgun right up his ass and shoot him in the butthole.
I like arguably,
I was.
like I'm gonna bring this to court.
Your Honor, in my defense, he shot me in the butthole.
Put this man to death immediately.
An eye for a butt,
An eye for a hole,
an eye for a butt for a hole.
a blue eye for a brown eye.
Yeah, he shoots that dude in the butthole.
Yeah.
And then he has to like dig the heroine out from under the desk to hug her while she dies. And I think she's barely alive for like a second, and she goes, and then dies.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's really about it. There's the end where he's walking on the lonely road. And
No, train tracks. The
Right.
disgusting train yard.
And then-
Another really cool, not gross location.
right. And he yeets the prop badge. And then Angus, someone's dog, is just like, fetch.
And he vibrates over to our hero and coughs up the costume jewelry, the Party City sheriff's badge.
Yeah, the Spirit Halloween baby's first sheriff outfit fucking badge.
And he's like, all right. And he puts it on, like sticks
He's
it
like,
on
okay.
without any like pin or glue.
It ends with like the Fallout 4 trailer where they're like, war never changes. Bad movies never change.
They really don't.
So
I
the-
will say that dog joins him as a friend, and we
It's a cute
know
dog.
that dog's going to fucking die because everyone he befriends dies.
Seriously.
What the fuck do you want? Fuck out of here.
I wish the camera could pan.
It's not even 5 o'clock, you cunt. Go.
I think
What would Sam? It was your pick. Jesus Christ, that was a fun noise. Your pick, your first pick in like Jesus pre-pandemic.
Oh, yeah. So it's my responsibility, huh?
Yeah,
Fuck it, I'll give it $1.
really.
It was just so fucking...
Really?
It was so fucking weird, and everything was so disgusting. And it was a little boring, but also it was weird enough, long enough to hold my attention and be
Right.
vaguely entertaining. You have to understand, everything's gross. Except for the cars
The bowling alley.
and the bowling alley.
the bowling alley.
Everyone is disgusting. All the locations are disgusting.
Right.
Their mouths are particularly disgusting.
Very active.
Everyone in this movie looks like that one shot in like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie where he opens his mouth and you can just like see the human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Kevin?
Fucking sure. I hated it. Like genuinely, I really, really disliked it. I'd give it maybe 10 cents just for locations. Bowling alley was fun and the guitar stuff.
I think the picnic scene.
Yeah, realizing that was supposed to be a picnic was great. Really fucking didn't like this one.
Okay.
This isn't my kind of movie. So yeah, I was bored.
Okay. 69 cents.
Nice. That's the sex number, dude.
Well,
That's the funny,
That's the
man.
funny, dude.
Well-
That's the funny.
I'm
Are
fucking
you fucking
howling.
done? The choices, you know, the weird cars, the gross settings.
The like weird artistry that goes
The
nowhere,
rails.
and then
Oh,
the
yeah.
next scene is fucking gross. Let me. Since you guys both didn't give it $1, let me just try and justify my dollar.
Go for it.
Yeah, considering
I'm-
you didn't give fucking Love Bullet $1, I would love to hear your argument.
Well,
Dude,
with Dick, you did.
You
give it
have to
$1.
understand. Right after watching it is the worst time to grade it. It's when we do it and we have to do it. But after watching it, you remember all the shit that made you want to kill yourself,
It's very true.
right?
Right.
It's only later you see the episode and you're like, oh, that's one of the best movies we've ever seen.
Right.
But in the moment, you're like, I want to die. I'm monitoring audio in my ear, not to get too behind the scenes, right?
Right.
I'm listening to you guys talk.
That is
All
how
I got out of the movie was not the dialogue. I might have hated it more if I had to listen to them talk. All I got was the visuals, and I
Right.
liked what I saw. And what I saw was fucking disgusting.
really is a glimpse into Sam as a person.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
you know what? 80
Don't
cents.
do it. Okay.
All right, 80, that's fair.
80 cents.
That's fair.
Yeah, low B.
And you're allowed to hate it, Kevin. I understand
didn't
all
like it.
your reasons for hating it.
The movie's like a cake, right?
Yeah.
All the things you add to a cake is what makes a cake fun.
Yeah.
The basic structure of this movie, got it. Revenge. Totally got it.
Right.
I hated the icing. I hated the flavoring of the cake. I hated the sprinkles.
Yeah.
Got the cake, but still cake. Cake's fine. Cake. I get the cake. I've eaten worse cake, but I can't think of like one in particular.
I agree with everything you've said, but the
Except
thing
I hate
is,
you.
is that the cake showed up at Billy's birthday party. And he has to look at that disgusting cake. And his parents are like, you're welcome.
And cut into it.
That's why I liked it. Because it was
Okay.
funny that that cake even existed in the first place.
Okay.
And somebody was expected to eat it.
1 week passes. How do you think this one will rot in your brain, or do you think you'll love it more?
I'll forget it in 40
I think
minutes.
I'll forget this
You
one.
think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I will too.
Yeah.
It's a soft 80 cents for me. You know, I'm not going to remember anything about it.
Yeah, I agree.
$1
Let's go home.
is a really low bar. Like,
yeah, that's what's always.
Just because I gave it $1 doesn't mean I fucking like it.
Right. But it was worth $1 to you.
Yeah.
And that's what matters, is if Sam liked it.
That's really, that's
Yeah.
kind of the point. Sorry,
No, it's
I'm
fine.
tired.
It's
I've
fine.
been juggling audio and there's been cameras and shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that camera's still going.
Oh shit.
Oh boy, another great episode of Dollar Bin of Doom. Probably my favorite so far. That's not true. I love the Tony Hawk one. Make sure you like the video and share with your dumb friends. And leave a comment letting us know if you thought it was worth $1. Until next time, idiots.